James, 30-year driver.
That's crazy.
30-year driver. 2 years with Smith Transportation, and throughout the 2 years, he's seen firsthand of the downshift that the company went through.
All you have to do is stay a minute, just take your time. The clock is ticking, so stay. All you have to do is stay.
Again, Kambria, had the conversation with I'm going to assume he was the president of the company.
Vice president.
Vice
yeah.
president.
I'm assuming.
I'm going to assume he was the vice president of the company. But if you guys are interested in Smith
I hope not.
Transportation,
I hope not. Again.
well, we're not here to bash the company, Cambria.
I'm not bashing. I'm just saying.
We're not here to bash. We're
not
not here to bash the company. We're only here to provide the information to give, to give to potential or new drivers, to give them something to think about when they deciding to choose a company.
Don't get hard. Generally speaking.
Smith Transportation. If you guys are interested in it, you guys could call 866-265-3718. Their website is
SmithDrivers.com.
Yeah, SmithDrivers.com. Again, as we said before, basically some of the information, some of the questions that you may or may not have for them can be pretty much answered on the website. But when you call and you want to talk to them, just let them know whether or not, that you want to, fill out the application and get put into the system, or just let them know that you just want to, do your homework. Because a lot of people, like what happened to Kambria, she was turned off because of those, those particular questions. And I totally understand, that. But yeah, if you want to fill out the application, just click the apply link on the website, and you can put in your information via that way. Because somebody like outright asking you for your
social
CDL,
number,
your
driver's
social,
license number,
yeah,
and
your
all
social,
that. No.
your social security number and your driver's license number, and you just giving it to somebody, like, I mean, maybe, you might be the vice president, and but if I'm interested, bruh, I'll fill out the application, and then I'll give it to you.
Right.
To you that way. And I do agree with you, Cambria.
And then it was the pressuring for me. And when I told you, I was just researching. You asked me again. I told you again. I'm just asking general questions, trying to do my research. You asked me again. Then you turned around and said, well, recruiters call me all the time to figure out what's going on, what I have going on at the no. You turn around, you ask me again, and then on top of that, you turn around and then you ask me for another piece of personal and vital information. No. That is a whole red flag to me and for me.
That kind of turned you off. Their locations, Roaring Springs, PA, Remington, Indiana, and Ellenwood, Georgia. So if you guys are interested, definitely go to SmithDrivers.com, or again, give them a call at 866-265-3718. 718. Or if you happen to see a Smith driver out there that's driving for the company,
Ask them some questions.
Ask them some questions, you know. Ask them
And
some
here's
questions.
a tidbit for all the listeners. Smith Transport, from what I have known in the past, excuse me, Swift Transport is or was a sister company to U.S. Express. If you applied at U.S. Express and you have been a driver for them and you were terminated for any reason, do not, and I repeat, do not put in an application, because all they will do when they get your information is they will contact their sister company and figure out especially if you were terminated, they will figure out why you were terminated, and you will not be receiving a call to come in for orientation.
All right. Well, that's going to do it.
Or they will let you come and you will be gone before orientation is over.
All right. My co-host, shout out to my co-host Kambria. Shout out to my special guest James, former 2-year driver that drove for Smith, and he did mention that, I did ask him, if he was one of them disgruntled drivers, because you know how they'll come back, because like I said, I'm anticipating some pushback on this particular episode. So
me too. I'm waiting to see what's said.
I'm definitely expecting some pushback. So, but thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. That's going to do it for this episode of the MTC on the Lockoutmen Podcast Show. If you guys like this episode, leave a like. We always trying to generate, 100 likes, let YouTube know that you're rocking with me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, hit that bell and that all button. And we're going to keep it moving until the next time that we're going to come with the MTC. Get your suggestions in now who you want to call. Let me know in the comments below, or let me know on Instagram. Get your suggestions in the community. If you see it in the community post, let me know who you are interested in calling, and we will try to get that call out for you. All right, Kambria, you take it easy.
All right.
Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. LOM.
Bye, LOL.
All right, y'all. We'll get at you in a minute. Peace. Okay. Well, listen, man. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I would definitely go back and think about especially the 2, because you said the 2, the 1500. You say that's the one that I'm home on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the 1800 I am actually home on the weekend. I am able to take every other weekend. Okay. I am able to take my trucks home. That's
right.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Now let me ask you.
Can I ask you one thing?
Yeah.
Can you take my phone number down, so if you call back, you call me?
Oh yeah,
you
sure.
won't let me put you in the system.
Yeah, sure.
It's you can reach me directly 866-444.
All right.
1691.
All right. You mind if I pass this phone number on to other interesting drivers too?
No.
Oh, okay. I just want.
Yeah. Gladly do so.
All right. Cool. Awesome. Again, the 18 is every other week. Other week, and that's guaranteed pay. 15 is guaranteed pay. That's every 2 days in the middle of the week. Again, you said we could take the trucks home, so I'm writing this stuff down. I'm taking memo notes. So Do you guys run the full 48, or you guys just run regional?
Well, the one is just Ohio and East. The other two run everything east of the Mississippi River.
Oh, okay. You know what? I don't know if you might know this or something like that, but weren't you guys like a sister company to U.S. Express at one point?
Many years ago, in 07.
You say many
for about a year.
Ago. Oh, okay.
Well, that was, it's like, 12, 13 years ago. Yeah, I've been here for 16 years, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got my start at U.S. Express, and I noticed some of you guys' trucks over there. That's why I asked. I was like, is this the same?
Many moons ago, that was the case.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is this the same Smith Transport?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. At that time, they were partnered with them for an X amount of time. It was about a year or so, and then we became whole to ourselves again. Yep.
Okay, awesome. And is there forced dispatch?
Yeah.
All right.
Everything except the boroughs. Yep.
Everything except the boroughs of New York. But I will, if I do take that one route, that will be New York. And anything up in the Northeast, pretty much. Do we get paid? Do we get something extra for that, or is just
if you run the boroughs, it's extra 75 on top of your rate, but you have to run the boroughs to get it.
Oh, okay.
That or Long Island.
Oof. Man, you're making it difficult for me. I'm not a fan of New York, bro.
Well, you don't have to run the boroughs, but Long Island, yeah, you could see maybe once or twice a year. They do force that, but they don't force Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, or Staten Island.
Okay. Okay. All right, brother, man. Well, again, man.
Right, man.
Hey, I like I said, I'm taking all these voice notes down, and I'll take it over to and pass the information along.
Yeah. And let me know, man, if you have interest. Man, call me back. We'll hook you up.
I would definitely do that. Oh, medical. Well, yeah, I gotta ask this. Medical. Do you guys got a benefit package?
Yes, Cigna health insurance with optional dental and vision. They have funeral leave and vacation pay, which is equivalent to 1/52nd of your earnings.
Okay.
So they also have a 401k. They match 25 cents in every dollar, up to 3%, and they have an ESOP plan, where we're employee-owned company. So ESOP, employee stock purchase plan. Yeah. So the longer you're here invested, you get shares of stock in the company. You never left in employment, you can cash the shares out and take the lump sum.
Now let me ask you this: is that I did drive for a company that had the same ESOP program, and me being relatively new into the industry way back in the day, the ESOP program doesn't necessarily means that I will have a voice in a company as far as day-to-day operations.
Correct. Yeah, they have like a committee or something that oversees it all, decides on the stock price, all that type of thing. So it's just an added benefit, but you have to be here X amount of time to be vested. So it's not something you get right when you come in. You have to be here years to get 100% vested.
Okay, and this is just on the money side, not no operation side. I can't come up in I can't come up in the boardroom and be like, hey, I'm an employee owned, on employee owned.
It's not like that. Yeah.
None of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
Well, you're welcome, man. I wish you the best, and hope to hear from you. Have yourself a good day.
Hey, you too. Now, thank you for taking the time, man. I appreciate it.
You got it, man.
All right.
No problem. Okay. Bye now.
All right, so I was a little late in the conversation with this recruiter. Actually, it kind of went. It didn't go left with it, especially when when Kambria called them to get some information, but it didn't go left. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just who it just probably who you talk to. It's just probably who you talk to. this guy, he was cool. You know, pretty much answered the questions that I had. Unfortunately, I was a little late in getting the call, in for you guys. But on the tail end, they have 3 packages. They don't run the 48. They got 3 packages. The Flex Fleet package, which is a guaranteed pay of $1,800. You're home every other week, meaning that you're home on the weekend. You will be able to take the truck home. Now, as far as disconnecting the truck from the trailer, you might have to talk to them when you get on, see what their hours of service policy is, and see what their policy is on personal conveyance. With that, you're home every other weekend. The other Flex Fleet, the other Flex is that you're home Tuesdays and Wednesday. You're home in the middle of the week, and you pretty much run Thursday through Monday. And plus, it's also a package that you might have to run nights. So you pretty much have to be available for whatever the load entails when they get ready. So I thought I'd give them a call back, maybe, talk to a recruiter to see if I would get the same treatment as Kambria. And actually I didn't. He looked me up, or he tried to look me up via the phone number, and I just pretty much told him, I just told him, I was like, look, I don't want to be put in the system. Because if you, for whatever reason, get put in the system, then your name is out there, and then they will be able to pull your DAC report, your PSP, and all like that, and then they'll be able to, probably call the companies that you might be driving for, and you might not want to let your current company know that you're looking or anything like that, I mean, you guys probably might be good at where, who y'all driving for, and y'all just doing research, homework, and that's basically what it comes down to, research, homework. You do your research, you do your, you just want to see if the company is good for you. See what they got to offer. Is $1,500 a week and being off Tuesdays and Wednesdays good for you? Is $1,800 a week and being off on the week every other weekend is good for you? Of course, they don't run the 48. They run mainly south and northeast. If you're going to do the boroughs, it's an extra $75, I guess. The boroughs in Manhattan, I'm good. So I won't be doing that, but you will be running the northeast. To come in for orientation, it's a 2-day orientation. You get $1,000. I didn't ask them how is that paid out. I'm going to assume it's paid out on your first paycheck. They'll get you up there. If you want to get yourself up there, you'll be able to get reimbursed if you rent a car and drive up there. And yeah, one way, I guess, instead of multi-way. So yeah. Again, Smith Transportation. I decided to give them a call back to see if I can actually get some information for you guys, which I end up doing. They do have a tanker, but you have to have experience already. you actually have to have experience already. They require you to have a year. So you coming in from school will not work. Just saying. But yeah, ask them about the tanker. If you have any tanker experience, then you probably might be able to get into their tanker division. I didn't go into too much detail about that. It is on the website. The website is smithdrivers.com, and basically everything is pretty much laid out on the website. The tankers are Class A and B CDL gas and well service tankers. $22 to $25 an hour. Overtime over 40. Overtime over 40. Let me think. He said it's no hazmat. And everything else just pretty much falls into play. They do have benefits, medical, dental, ESOP, 401k, and all that other good stuff. So if you're 21 years of age, you have your Class A, for the tractor driving, and if you have your Class B for the tanker driving, you can you need your Class B with tankers endorsements. Oh, in order to drive the tankers too, I think you got to live in PA or West Virginia for that matter. All right. So Smith Transport. So we see how it went with Kambria. Special guest James came in and gave his experience with Smith, and me making a return call. So yeah, Smith Transport, everybody. If y'all interested again in Smith Transportation, go to smithtransport.com or drive4smithtransportation.com. Fill out the application. Call up the recruiter I talked to, chop it up with them, and see if it works out for you. All right. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.